Well, since I started this channel, I've been talking about this film. So, let's rock and roll. Firstly, no spoilers, guys. I'll do a full discussion on this film when I feel everyone has got the opportunity to see it. So I went to Tenet on Wednesday night. Like all Nolan films, after watching it, you want to sit down and think, discuss it with other people. His films are so layered and he throws so many things at the audience. Once you walk out of the cinema, you want to go back in and watch it again. Think about Interstellar, The Prestige, Inception, Dunkirk, the Dark Knight trilogy. There's usually something structural, a twist, a time element that makes people want to go back and re-examine the film after they've just watched it. And for the studios, hopefully go back and watch it again in the cinema. Ching-ching. And Nolan himself has always been a champion of the cinema experience. They're designed for the big screen. So in a world where most businesses have been shut down for months and cinemas are slowly reopening, it's sort of poetic that the champion of intelligent blockbuster cinema is first out of the gate. So, let's talk about the film. Well, from the start, the movie got me. I was sitting in front of a massive screen, sound blaring, and I just thought, I am so happy to be watching this in the cinema. I'm a Bond fan. Everyone knows that. So when this film opens with a big action sequence, brings you to exotic locations, and has a few Bond-esque tropes in it, I'm all in. We know Christopher Nolan is a James Bond fan, so if you're curious what his Bond film could look like, this definitely gives us a great idea. God, I hope he does it someday. It's a great entry point into the movie. Most audiences are aware of espionage thrillers and their tropes, so Nolan uses this as a starting point, so we're comfortable when he introduces his twist on the genre. Well, as comfortable as we'll ever be in a Nolan movie. And Nolan's twist is time inversion. I said this in a previous video. Christopher Nolan loves playing with time. And I know that some people, like the people I saw it with, found this concept slightly confusing. Simply, time inversion is this. Take these AirPods, for example. We are running in a linear direction through time, now into the future. I am running in a forward direction, so are these AirPods. However, if I use Tenet technology on these AirPods, it would invert the perception of time for these AirPods. So it would run time backwards, like so. So pretend the AirPods have a mind. If I do this, how the AirPods perceive that event is inverted compared to my perception of it. But if it interacts with me, I'm running forwards in time and it's running backwards, it would look something like this. The film takes this concept and runs a mile with it. It is the MacGuffin for its spy thriller. Nolan is known for doing everything in camera and trying to make it real. This film is shot on film, not digital, which is always a good thing in my book. The sequences in this film are something else, especially when you look at them and try and figure out how they made them. It would be difficult applying regular physics, but trying to apply the inversion physics too. Shout out to Hoyt van Hoytema and the rest of the crew. They really gave it their all, and in terms of quality and technical filmmaking, this is the best I've seen in a long time. And with the greatest respect to Netflix, you'll never get this scale at home. Robert Pattinson is brilliant. That's all that needs to be said. The score is very Nolan. Although it's not Hans Zimmer this time, Ludwig Göransson composes here. Got it right that time. It's real tempo music and implements some of the shepherd tone techniques that Nolan and Hans Zimmer used in Dunkirk. Young Washington, as I fondly know John David Washington, is great in these action scenes. He gives off a physicality and you know it's him doing the stunts a lot of the time. And like every Nolan film, there's a big ensemble cast around the main actor. And that highway scene just keeps going and going. But it's not all roses. I know the ideas may move fast for your average audience member, but that's nothing new in a Nolan film. It's what people come to expect. But when walking out of the movie theatre, there seems to be an air of confusion. People tend to think that the inversion concept was the confusing part. However, I think it's something else. It's a common criticism of Nolan that he's cold and clinical when it comes to his character relationships. A film like Inception has a leading man, Cobb, Leonardo DiCaprio. The story of him wanting to get home to his children is very simple and relatable. And DiCaprio is one of the greatest movie stars of our generation. he sells it too. So when we're in the middle of dreams within dreams within dreams, we have Cobb's gold to carry us through anything that might be a little too confusing. In Tenet, we just don't have the same connection to our lead character, which is to the detriment of the film. We go to the movies to see our hero save the world. But what makes us stay is when they save someone they love, and we have to believe it. So the question, should you see Tenet? The movie has a couple faults, but it's a hard yes from me. A Christopher Nolan film is an event, and it's one of the few cinematic events that we have today, especially in these times. Nolan doesn't treat the audience as if they're stupid. He says, come along, keep up, and you're in for one hell of a ride. He puts everything on screen. It's always worth your while to go to his movies. The plane crash. More importantly, cinema is about ambition, breaking limits. Sometimes you don't completely stick the landing, but is that not so much better than just trying to play it safe? This is the type of filmmaking we need to reward with our euro, dollars, pound, or whatever currency. So if you can safely go to the cinema at the moment, absolutely go. And one thing's for certain, it's better than anything on TV, which we've probably rewatched over and over again by now. As always, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I tried to get it out quick for you guys this time. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video if you found it helpful, and I'm going to have more videos out next week, plus back to Bond.